Hi, Barry Foster here, and welcome back to episode number 2 of The Scottish Job with Glenrothes up in the 7th tier of Scottish football. And today we've got our first fair dinkum game of football against Bathgate Thistle, a home game in the Alex Jack Cup first round. But before we get to that match, a little bit of news on the staff front. I've been able to sign and get in 3 staff to date. We've got Craig Beattie as my assistant manager. And even I know about Craig Beattie, a former player that goes back many years, starting off with Celtic in 2002, 2003, had quite an interesting career south of the border as well. So he's come on board as my assistant manager, and I think with a people management figure of 8, I think he's going to be pretty good. We've also got as our head chief scout, John McMillan. I reckon he'd be okay. He's got figures of 5 for scouting. And we've got a head physio on board as well, Crawford Quinn. And he's got a physiotherapy reading of 8. So I'm quite happy to get those 3 guys on board. We've got 3 other fellows also agreed to come and join us, but they're still on the way. We've got Gary O'Connor. Now, he will be a coach for the under-18s, and as you can see, he works very well with youngsters. I've got George Craig. He's going to be our director of football, 55 years of age, I guess a lot of experience. He's got 4s and 5s. I think he's going to be okay. And finally, David Thorburn. He'll be joining me as my coach, and with figures of mainly 7 for coaching, I'm pretty happy with that appointment too. So those guys are still to arrive at the club. Just one thing, before we look at the 2 pre-season games that we played, if you take a close look at the logo you can see on your screen for Glenrothes, it actually says the Glenrothes Junior Football Club. So it's not the proper logo for Glenrothes. If you look at my thumbnail, I think I've actually got the proper logo there. But that junior logo came through with the logo pack that I'm using. But anyway, I think it's not a bad looking logo. With the pre-season matches, we did pretty well. I was quite surprised. A 4-1 victory against Thornton away from home, and we had Cameron, Bell, Summers and Duffy all finding the back of the net. And as you can see, all those goals came in the first half. And then we followed up with a 2-0 home victory over Lockyer United with Kyle Bell scoring a brace. He seems to be doing very well from midfield. And I actually called up from the under-18s some players that really shouldn't have been in that squad. And one was Matthew Dahl. He's done pretty well in the central defence. In those 2 games, he actually had an average rating of 7.1, so I've been quite happy with him. Also, Duffy, a left winger, also 27 years of age, and he's performed quite well. He had an average rating of 7.2. Another guy was Finn Kirk. He plays out on the left as well, 23. Didn't do as well, average rating of 6.35, and I guess that's why he's warming the bench for today's game. So that's about all the news there is with Glenrothes at the moment. So without further ado, let's go and play Bathgate Thistle in the Alex Jack Cup first round. And just remember, the board have no interest in this competition at all, but I really would like to get the season off with a nice victory. And this is going to be our lineup for our very first game, a 4-4-2 formation. I've never used that before in Football Manager, but I thought, why not? We've got Richardson in goal, Lumsden, Mitchell, Dahl and Denton across our back line, McLeod, Kay, Bell and Honeyman and Duffy in midfield, and McManus and Cameron will lead our attacking line. And on the bench, I've got... who have I got here? Brandon Crawford, Jamie Taylor, Douglas McLeod, Luke Moffat, Ryan McInnes, Finn Kirk, and Chris Summers, all sitting on the bench. So that's going to be our starting 11. Let's go and see how they do against our opponents, Bathgate Thistle. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to put too much pressure on the boys in the opening game, so I'll just tell them to relax. Let's see how we go with that team talk. And if I got all the settings right, we'll be playing this game without sound. That is correct. I normally don't play without sound. I normally have the sound turned on but very, very low. But I think for YouTube saves, it's better with the sound off. But as you can see, we've got possession. And this is Cameron, the youngster, with his first opportunity, but I think he tried to square that up for McManus. Probably the right idea to do. Bathgate Thistle playing in an all-blue strip. Now Cameron with a corner. Well, lovely goal. Todd Mitchell. Amazing. I wasn't expecting that. I normally do not have teams that score from corners, or not very often. But the first one in the game, and we find the back of the net. That is very, very good to see. And Todd Mitchell, the scorer. So a central defender. So, well, that's a good start. Hopefully they will continue in this form. Another decent-looking cross. Oh, another very good goal. McLeod K, the right winger, made no doubt about that strike. He just struck it beautifully and found the back of the net. Let's have a look at the replay. This is an excellent start by Glenrothes. Cameron with a good cross. Sorry, it was Denton. And McLeod K, just first time strike, and keeper no chance. So after 6 minutes, 2-0. We are playing the matches on extended highlight, by the way. In my private saves, I normally use comprehensive, but I don't particularly like the key highlights. You don't tend to see, I think, much of the game. I think it's all about actually seeing a football match. Anyway, some decent passing once again by the home side. And another goal, Cameron, number 3. I thought Bathgate Thistle would be fairly good opponents for us today. I thought they would give us a real tough match. I can't remember the league they're in, but after not even 10 minutes to be leading 3-0, this is something I didn't expect it at all. But a really, really good start. So maybe this 4-4-2 formation really suits the team. I just hope they can continue playing like this. But anyway, only early days. I'm not going to count my chickens yet. I know Football Manager can turn against you very, very quickly. Anyway, this is maybe a chance here for Bathgate, but they've lost possession. Kyle Bell, who did very well in the pre-seasons, the 2 pre-seasons that I managed. I think he scored a total of 3 goals. It'll be interesting to see whether he finds the back of the net today in this match. Often I find that people do really well in pre-season, and then when the competition games start, they just fade away. Anyway, McManus with a good run. This is McLeod K. Nice cross. Oh, another very nice goal. Duffy on the left wing, who's carrying his good pre-season form into this match. And McManus, who's 38, plays it to McLeod K. Unmarked, simple strike. Keeper can't get to it. 4-0 after barely 13 minutes of football. Well, this is just a fantastic start. I hope the board are actually watching this and taking note. Probably not. But it certainly is a really good start. Another corner. Are we going to see another goal from a corner? Well, nearly. That's what I normally see in Football Manager, headers going over the bar from corners. But I hope this is not a walk in the park, because we've got a league game next, and I don't want the players to think they're too good for this level. Anyway, Denton and Dahl with a few passes, and back to Richardson, who's done nothing so far in the game. He's had it very easy. And all the players seem to be performing very well. Now McLeod K. Some good passes there. Now can he get another cross in? He tries to cut it back. This is Bell. Well, good save by the keeper this time. I must admit, he got down and he turned that away. I thought that was going to creep into the far corner. So good save by the keeper, but another corner. Oh, hits the post. I see that often in this version of Football Manager. The frame of the goal being struck nearly every match you play. It can be a little bit frustrating, especially when you're trying to chase the game. But we're more than halfway through the first half, leading 4-0. So it's been an excellent start. Now Bathgate Thistle pumping it up upfield. Can they mount an attack and get a goal back? Okay, this will be easily dealt with by Dahl. So Dahl's he's having a pretty decent game again, averaging 6.9. This is Duffy. Now Honeyman. Playing it safe, back to Dahl, and he plays it long, looking for McManus. He can lay it off here. Oh, that was very close to number 5. But gee, they're playing well. I must admit, for the very first proper game of football, they're playing extremely well as a team. Although that throw-in wasn't the best. This is Bathgate Thistle now with a rare bit of possession, but they've lost it. Now Cameron cutting it across to McLeod Kay. He can try and put it through. Now he's going to go for a bit of a gallop himself, and this is our player didn't quite have the legs to get there first. Anyway, this is Duffy. Now Honeyman plays it back to Duffy. Now Denton. He's done very well at the left back, can probably do another nice cross here, and he's done just that. And there's another very nice goal by McLeod Kay, 5-0. Still 15 minutes to go until half-time, so Glenrothes are absolutely romping away with this game. And I must admit, I'm quite disappointed with Bathgate Thistle. I expected them to be much stronger than this. But another very good cross by Denton. And McLeod Kay, simple header, not challenged, and the keeper not making a very good attempt at a save. So the sooner we can get to half time, probably the better for Bathgate Thistle, but it'll be a pretty simple team talk, I think, at half time. I mean, Bathgate Thistle have only had 2 shots, 40% possession, only 1 corner, and an average rating that's just over 6.3, so it's been a shocking first half for them. But a superb one for the home side, so this is what I really wanted in this game, is to get the season off to a very good start. Even though it's not a league game, it'd be good to have a win in a cup competition and get through to the second round. And hopefully this form can carry on into our league fixtures. But you can see 90 people here, 1 away fan, 1 very brave Bathgate Thistle fan. So let's go and chat to the boys. Okay, this has got to be pretty simple. I think I'm very happy with the way things are going, so keep it up, lads. We'll think about some substitutions, maybe 15 minutes into the second half. But hopefully they won't get complacent, which can sometimes happen in Football Manager. Your team can have a good lead at half-time and they don't seem to put any more goals in the back of the net. In the second half, they seem to take their foot off the accelerator. Anyway, this is Dahl with the ball, and he's playing it long, but too long. Easy take for Douglas, who didn't have the best opening 45 minutes between the sticks. Anyway, Duffy now to Cameron. Cameron's only young. I think he's only still a teenager, but he's doing very well. And here he is on the ball again. Can he find the back of the net? And he does. He's doing very, very well. 6-0 now to Glenrothes. And young Cameron gets a goal. Duffy to Honeyman. Honeyman just playing it long ball forward, and Cameron controlled it well. And a very, very cool finish. So it looks like the scoring is going to continue in the second half. Just wondering whether we're going to get to double figures. I must admit, in Football Manager, I rarely get to double figures in a game of football. But anyway, Bathgate Thistle now with a rare attack, but they've lost possession. This is McManus playing it out to McLeod K. Try and get his name right. See if he can get a good cross in. It's low, but straight to the keeper. McManus, our 38-year-old striker, he's yet to find the back of the net, but he's had a fairly good game so far with a rating of 7.2. Now, Bathgate Thistle with an attack. This is Cooper, kept it in very well. Oh, our keeper actually had to do some work, but he did his job well. Good take by Richardson. No one's really tiring at the moment, which is a little bit surprising. I thought their fitness levels might be a bit poor at this time of the year, but most seem to be holding up. Anyway, this is another cross, but that's going to be cleared, but straight down the park, only as far as Mitchell. Now Mitchell can play it again to Lumsden. He's got to look for his winger, and he has. This is McLeod K. Another good cross, another low one. Ooh, well, got a corner, I think? We have. If we score again from a corner, I'm going to fall off my chair. Well, no, okay. Because at corners, I find goals so hard to come from corners. Doesn't matter what version of Football Manager I'm playing, my side will probably score a goal from a corner about once every 10 to 15 matches. But anyway, let's go and make, I think, a couple of substitutions, because I don't think we're going to lose this game at 6-0. And I would like to, I think I'd like to bring on young Chris Summers in a forward role. He can often play a pressing forward, so I'll replace McManus with him, and I think also we'll look at putting young Finn Kirk on again. I'll give him another opportunity on the left wing instead of Andrew Duffy. So I'll make those two substitutions. I think from memory we're only allowed 3 in this competition. And so far I haven't had to make any shouts, which is quite unusual in a game of football. I normally make at least 2 in the opening 45 minutes. Now this is Bathgate Thistle, where he's starting from a free, but they've given possession away very cheaply. This is Denton. Young Kirk. I'd like to see Kirk maybe put in a good shift, because his 2 pre-season fixtures were a bit disappointing, considering most of his teammates played really well. This is Summers. McLeod K. Another shot that's just gone over the bar. That was a nice little move. Some good passing going on there. 18 shots to 4. 10 corners to 1. Certainly very, very one-sided cup fixture. And young Cameron sitting on 9.3 average at the moment, so is he going to get a 10? Occasionally I've seen a 10 in a game of Football Manager, but not often. Anyway, this is Lumsden, our right fullback. Thinks he's a winger. This is Bell. Will he have a crack? No, Honeyman will. And well, that was a good save by Douglas. It was struck straight at him, but the keeper put that over the bar. So another corner for the home side. Cameron the taker. And this is Bell. Will he try his luck? No, Cameron. And that's well defended Now Denton pushes it out to Mitchell. Now Honeyman to Bell. Very patient. Well, that's an unusual pass. I didn't expect that. Back to the keeper. But I think we'll make one more substitution coming up to the 80th minute mark in the game, and I think I'll bring on. I think what we'll do is Douglas McLeod can come on left back for Charlie Denton. And we'll see how the final maybe 10-12 minutes of this game pans out. Another goal would be rather good. But this is Preston now for Bathgate. Maybe mounting a rare Thistle attack. That's a good pass to Beaumont. And he's almost through. Back to Preston. Okay, well defended by McLeod. Back to Richardson. So that attack was dealt with very, very well. I think we'll certainly praise the team. They've done extremely well. I didn't expect this, 6-0. An excellent performance. And that's not a bad pass for Cooper. Good cross, but Preston wasn't quite on the end of it. Oh, I thought he was going to put that in his own net. But anyway, Bathgate Thistle have a corner. So maybe they've got an opportunity here to get a goal on the board. Cooper, the taker. Decent header, but that's gone high and wide. So I think this is how it's going to really end. Probably 6-0 will be probably the final score. A very dominating performance here. And as I said, I expected far more from Bathgate Thistle. They're another semi-professional side. I just can't remember the league they play in, but I didn't think we were going to beat them 6-0, even though 5 goals did come in the first 45 minutes. But anyway, only seconds left in the game. This is McLeod K, but not a good pass, and that's just been cleared upfield. And that's it. Final whistle, and as you can see, 6-0 to Glenrothes. That's an excellent performance. The XG of 2.1 to 0.49, and very simple, I think. Team talk with the boys. Just got to be very happy with the result and the way you played. So let's go on and see what happens next. And as you can see, George Craig has come on board as a 55-year-old director of football, so we'll certainly accept that appointment. Glenrothes win in Alex Jack Cup first round. A thumping win it was as well, and debutant Cameron makes immediate impact. And as I said, he was a young player, only 15 years of age, so he's done very, very well in his opening game for us in competition football. I won't show you the press conference. Classy McLeod K on form, and 2 goals, 2 assists, average rating of 9.9. So he did extremely well. Certainly give him a handshake. I think he deserves that. Scouting update will... I'll take a look at these, I think, off camera. Okay, so that's our opening first match of the season in the cup competition. In 4 days' time, we're at home again against Peebles in the East of Scotland First Division Conference B. So that should be quite interesting. And we'll just have a very quick look at the season preview again. And as you can see, in the betting, we've slipped slightly from, I think... 3rd to 5th, 11 to 1. That's probably because we haven't signed any players. But as you can see, Peebles, they're tipped to come last, 150 to 1 in 15th position. But I'm not going to take them for granted, because if you do that in Football Manager, you tend to get punished rather badly. So look, I think in episode number 3, we'll come back for our first league game against Peebles. So that's the video for today. I hope you've enjoyed episode number 2 with Glenrothes. A very good victory in a cup competition. If you have liked the video, please give a thumbs up. That'll be really good if you can do something like that. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. Whether the comment is positive or negative, please feel free to express your opinion. But until next time, I'm Barry Foster saying it's goodbye from me.